guys, thank you so much for tuning in on my YouTube channel once more and showing the loyalty. If you're new here, this is all about DIY, decor, thrift shopping, being a general cheapskate. That's low-key my life the whole time. Thank you so much for joining in again. Please subscribe if you haven't. Show some love, share, and like the video. And today I'll be recreating a matte black tray for my coffee table, which has become a catch-all for base things. Like, guys, life when it comes to my coffee table, it's become like somewhere we have dinner sometimes. It's also become like a remote console station. It's for everything else but the intention we got it for. So I'm trying to get us out of that rut and move us into some style, at least. You know, we keep trying. So do join me and stay tuned as I show you how I did this. Bye. So guys, this was me trolling and searching the internet for what I could possibly put on my walnut colored wood look coffee table, and I came across this really cute idea of a matte black tray that would pop and stand out. So I'd actually had this item already on hand, which was part of another haul that I had gotten from P&A. I bought this tray from P&A to upcycle and use for decor purposes, and I got it for I think 57 Rand. And the paints I bought on a separate haul, which is also a part of my videos. I will link both videos in my description box as I upload this video. This was one of the quicker DIYs that you could be doing. It took me about like 30 minutes for the first and second coat to be set. The first coat dried pretty quickly as it was like pretty much sucked up by the material. The second coat I left overnight to dry, and it wasn't tacky or anything the next day, so I could actually set up and do my final look pictures with it. Now initially I did think that I'd only have just one look that I'd pull out from this, and eventually as I was sitting, since from my previous hauls I'd bought two mirrors, one of which actually did fit in quite perfectly into the center of the tray, I figured I'd change up the look at some point and put the mirror in just to give it a different look, a different feel. And the other idea I had was to make the inside and the rim of the tray bronze, or slightly use some bronze to decorate this even more. Eventually I gave up on that idea. I thought that if I want to change it, I'll do that in future. I just want to enjoy this raw, rough, matte black look with my tray as it is right now. The job I was doing at this point looked pretty uneven on camera, and I promise you guys, as it sets and dries, it dries evenly and it quite mattifies as it dries. So it's a whole different look once it's done. I used an acrylic paint that I bought from the Crazy store. I bought this black acrylic paint for 25 Rand, if not 26 Rand at most. It was a 75ml tube that I got. It doesn't say it's got a matte finish on the bottle itself, but it did dry matte on my item, and I didn't use gloves, as you can see, but it actually did wash off with quite some ease. So yeah, rest easy there, but do protect yourself, protect your surfaces at all times. That is incredibly encouraged, as I got some black paint on my jersey, which I had to wash then and there because I didn't know how extensive the damage would be if I actually waited for laundry day to wash it. And as I continue the theme that I generally live by, which is waste not, I didn't paint the base or the bottom of my tray because that will be concealed basically all the time when I've got it on display or whatever. So I just painted all my exposed sides and tried to cover that as much as possible in between the seams and yeah, all across over the top where everything will be exposed. I did try to put a slather of paint on it. As you can see, I had managed to get coverage over most of my tray, except for in the seams right there in the middle of the tray where I had to eventually get some cotton buds so I could try fit some paint or get some paint onto that part of my tray. So yeah guys, another thing that I've changed up was no longer doing a lot of my DIYs out on the balcony. As you guys know, it's gotten quite cold and that area of our place doesn't get a lot of sun, so I avoided like the flipping plague. Right now it's super freezing and I can barely get anything done or actually feel like doing anything. So I've moved a lot of my DIYs indoors, but all of which are not so harmful or don't have any vapors that we have to breathe hard or heavy in or under. So everything else that still requires me to work outdoors, like spray painting or a stronger smelling paint or glue or whatever other DIY that I may be up to, I do outside, but on the warmer days. So I slapped up my final layer of paint in the center right there, which had some spots that were not really covered well and I wanted to double up on, and I let it dry then till the next day when I did the final shots of my final product. Stay tuned to see what that looks like. Ciao! You clap for your own self once you finish a product and once you get what you're desiring. So this was my final look, guys. Thanks so much again for tuning in. Bye.